workout warm up and a way to kind of like work out without any equipment at home. I've got this kind of TheraBand stretchy band thing, part of some kit I bought on Amazon, which is really nice. And but you don't need that. You don't need anything. If you have a couple of soup cans, take those. Those are great for shadow boxing. First stretch I'm gonna do here is simply called flat back. I'm just gonna kick my knees out really wide, hands on the knees, and just flatten the back. This is great if you've got kyphosis or hunchback like I do. This is the stretch that's gonna fix you. Professional dancers, you see like street performers, tumblers, all over the world, they will do this for 20 minutes before their show, all of them, this exact same stretch. This is a dancer stretch. A couple of brothers who were pro fighters and former pro dancers taught me that stretch. So I would, if I wasn't doing that video, I would hang out in this position for like 10 or 20 minutes actually. It's such a good stretch. After that, you want to activate all the joints, circulate the joints, circulate the hips. Medical studies have shown that doing neck circles actually wears on the cervical vertebrae, so maybe don't do neck circles, but definitely grab the shin and do these quad stretches and breathe. And what that's gonna do, people call this warming up the body. Well, what does that mean? That's a misnomer. I mean, of course, the body temperature might go up temporarily a little bit because you're activating, and certainly one of my favorite things, one of my first favorite workout toys is a $10 blood oxygen. It'll tell your temperature and it'll also measure blood oxygen. That's such a hack to work out with. But like I said, we don't need any tools. We're just gonna circulate the joints, the ankles, the hips, the knees, everything. If you've got a TheraBand, that's great. If you don't, I know this looks so silly. It doesn't look very macho like all the other exercises. This is so much more important. Working the rotator cuffs, because that's the injury that everyone will need surgery for. That will like make you so that you can't even lift your arms above your shoulders ever again in a powerful way. And you don't want that. So that's what this goofy, weird exercise in both directions, going in that direction and pronating and supinating. You cannot do enough of these and develop enough rotator cuff strength. And when I'm doing these curls, and you can literally do these, I swear to God, without any resistance bands and get the same effect, because this is not for hypertrophy, this is not for building gains. This is for something nobody talks about, that I didn't understand when I wrote well-reviewed workouts for Men's Fitness and other magazines, which is, they call it functional strength. What does that mean? Well, to me, it means a lot more things than the fad term functional strength means. To me, it means integrated strength. To me, it means being able to walk around and have a nervous system that, doesn't look like your age. To have a nervous system that functions 20 years younger. To have your mind and your nerves and your cognition and your brain and your body and your sexual health and all facets of life, all departments of life functioning 20 years biologically younger than you are chronologically. And we've proven that that's totally possible. So that's what workouts like this are, where it's not cardio, it's not just chimping away and getting stiff at the gym lifting weights. That's why I say, like, of course you're not gonna gain muscle if you just sit there and do curls without any weight. But you will oxygenate the blood. And this is what, everyone calls it warming up. What they mean is oxygenating the blood, activating the circulation, putting oxygenated blood throughout the whole body, which is a process that takes 22 to 24 seconds for the blood to travel from here to your toes and then go back. So that process of aliveness, of creating aliveness, is what we're doing here. And that's the whole point of exercises like yoga and boxing, like I said, as opposed to just going to the gym and chimping away at weights. So that having been said, you'll find boxing and martial arts stances that are literally totally bladed, 180 degrees. Boxing like I was taught, like this. Martial arts, Muay Thai, it doesn't matter what the stance is. Get in a stance, get in a rhythm if you want, hopping back and forth. Start to breathe and slowly just throw some punches. Throw some straight punches, 10 or so straight punches. It's not gonna be like when you're actually throwing the punch. We're not gonna work 100%. We're gonna work like 20 or 30% first. Kind of get the feeling like we're clip-clopping with the feet, heels are going up, we're bicycling with the feet, just breathing with the shots. We're not even trying to incorporate muscular force or power. We're just putting the body into the position that it's gonna be in. Like a golfer comes up before he takes his huge swing, when he kind of like measures it and gets his body aligned. That's what we're doing. I had the pleasure of having an ex, and she had season tickets, and I was able to see Barry Bonds hit home runs out the park when he was in his prime. And it was when I was studying with a martial arts master, and I have to say, Barry Bonds, no different than a martial arts master when we talk about ambulation, coordination, proprioception, the movement of the core happening in opposition, the inner core kind of moving this whole body unit. Man, Barry Bonds was like a friggin' kung fu master, because he would hit that ball before he hit that ball, if that makes any sense. I mean, his footwork, his waist work, sorry, just had a breakfast over here, his core muscles, they were activating. It's the same thing when you see Floyd Mayweather fight in his division. You see him fight 30 people. All those guys are using muscular force and shoulders and all these knockouts and stuff that have been so successful for them. But when they get in with a real Muhammad Ali, with a real master of time and space and motion and coordination, or like a Conor McGregor type, somebody who is just an athletic phenom in the dance, or a Sean O'Malley, Merab Dvalishvili, somebody who's just really, really hyper coordinated and has great technique, then muscular force goes out the window. So we're gonna throw some elbows in there. And again, we're not throwing full force. We're not working on power here. We're just working on technique, nice and easy, working on all the shapes that the body's gonna be in. And later, we're gonna incorporate this muscular force. But for now, just warming up, getting the positions